topic which we are going to see now is why God created mankind knowing mankind will sin. So many of us would be having this thought or this question, right? That God knows that we are going to commit sin, but still why God created us. So to understand this, let's take one example. In this example, imagine there is one pregnant woman. And in this example, imagine that I am a future teller. I can tell future, I can accurately predict what will happen with each and every person. So in this example, if I am going to that pregnant woman and I am telling her that the child which is there inside your womb, after coming into the world, that child is going to be a big sinner. He is going to be a murderer. He is going to be a thief. Do not give birth to that child. Instead, kill that child in your womb. When I say this to that woman, what reply she will give to me? Will she say that, okay, I will kill the child in my womb? No. Instead, she would be saying that I will not kill the child in my womb. Instead, I will bring up this child in a good way. I will bring up this child in a good way so that he doesn't become a sinner, so that he doesn't become a murderer or a thief. She would be saying this. And even after that, if he becomes a murderer, sinner, or a thief, then I will take that punishment upon myself and I will forgive him. I will change him. I will convert him into a righteous person, into a good person. This is what that woman would be saying. Not only that woman, any mother would also be saying the same thing. So when God was creating us, when we were in the womb of God, God was also saying the same thing. God was saying that I will bring up these people in a good way. Even after that, if they become sinners, if they become murderers, if they become thieves, then I will take that punishment upon myself. I will take that death upon myself and forgive them and change them and convert them into righteous people, into good people. This is what God was saying when God was creating us, when we were in His womb. So there was a struggle within God Himself when He was creating us. There was a struggle between God's love and God's righteousness. God's love wanted to create us, God's love wanted to give birth to us, but God's righteousness was telling that these people are going to commit sin. So there was a struggle, there was a battle between God's love and God's righteousness. And finally, God's love has found a way to fulfill God's righteousness through Jesus Christ, and God gave us birth. God created us. So that is why, to understand the struggle of God, God has given the labor pains, the birth pains, to all the female species in the world, so that the world should understand that giving life is not easy. Giving life is a painful process, but still life has to be given. Why? Because love has to prevail. Love has to overcome the struggle. So this is why God has created us. So God has created us knowingly we are going to commit sin because love has to prevail. Love has to overcome the struggle.